Okay, just sentry, so it's very clearly starting to look like the fast expansion build.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too fancy there. But if he wants to take a super fast expansion like this, I'm going to make him earn it.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm going to lose some lings for free.
Feels like you're not droning a whole lot.
No, it's because I'm getting these lings out. And now I'm droning. Very skimpy on the defenses. But I'm just making him nervous. He's got to keep making units. So he's just sitting behind that. And this is all setting up very juicily, that's a word, for a good old Roach burrow timing. And now I am good saturation. Or I have good saturation. Apparently my English goes out when I play Zerg. Low on gas, so I take the third. See, he used all that energy to kill a bunch of lings, so I'm okay with that exchange. Like, that's just fine with me. So here comes the Hydras, probably, I don't know, is that a good time? Maybe terrible?
I don't know, man. Like, from where I'm sitting, you look like you're in a shitty place economically.
Yeah. It would look like that, wouldn't it?
Funny how that works. Huh.
And I could have done a lot better job spreading creep, managing my economy, like you pointed out. But I guess one of the small differences there is just kind of hitting the timing. So the Lings forced him to get a lot of the sentries out of the way. He was paranoid, so that's why he was actually induced into doing an attack like that, as opposed to sitting back and macroing. It's because I was so active with the Lings. It created the window where he's like, I'm either behind or he's behind, I need to attack.
Mm-hmm.
In those positions, had he just kind of sat there and turtled up like he did against you for the most part, then it's a much more difficult game. But I kind of induced that reaction. And I want to take all the credit. I mean, I'm sure he could have played that a lot better. I'm sure there's mistakes we saw there as well. But at the same time, I could have played it better. I should have hit my Hydra timing a little bit more concisely. I was a little bit behind on that. That's why I had all the resources to make so many Hydras. He should have got to my base and been very sad to begin with. That's my goal.
Right.
Not get to my base, be very happy, then turn very sad. I'd rather he's sad all the time.
All right.
You ready to give a shot?
Yeah, I'll give it another go. I'll tell you I know we're coming up on our last half hour, so depending on how long this goes, I'm going to take 10 or 15 minutes at the end of this for questions.
Absolutely.
Cool. Alright, so I'm going to try and what I saw there was just pressure from you.
Yeah.
Opening up opportunities.
In close positions. You know, if I would have liked to have shown you cross map, because it's the same kind of pressure, only instead of with my army, it's aggressive macro.
Right.
You would have been like, oh my god, I don't know how you're doing this with so few units, and then when he decides, like, I need to go punish him for that, I explode with a bunch of Hydras and lull, because he has no Colossus.
Yeah.
And that's like the tightrope that I want you to walk as a high-level Zerg. If you can hit that, like, aggression into macro, transition into the good matchups with the Hydras against everything non-Colossus, then that's great. If you can't, then you need to do it economically. Force him to be really uncomfortable with the fact that you're actually taking your fourth right now.
Alright. I really have a hard time just describing when you're playing it, you're just off. Like I've felt that way for like 2 weeks, and it's fucking depressing,
yeah.
man. And maybe it's my ego. Maybe I think I'm better than I am, but I just feel like I've played like shit.
And by the way, that queen that I had with my army was not on purpose at all.
I didn't think so. I wasn't gonna ask. So.
Nope. I'm not advocating slow ass queens leaving their hatcheries and walking across the map. But he is a 2900 ranked Protoss, and if you just kind of do a few things